let us continue with some excerpts of the Supreme Master Ching Hai 1999 European Lecture Tour from her book, God's Direct Contact, The Way to Reach Peace. The Supreme Master Ching Hai 1999 European Lecture Tour excerpts. Knowing is one thing, and doing is another. We would like to hear what your method is and what the real content of your method is, because many of the things that you have mentioned, we already know. If you want to know, you have to stay a little longer after the lecture. It's not like I can tell you and then that's all. It's not really a written method. It is a reconnection with the kingdom of God through a living pole, just like electricity. Just reconnect it and then you'll get the electricity. Even if I sit here and talk all night long for 100 years, you still won't get the kingdom of God. But if we sit together and there is something going on invisibly, you will know. Then I will probably tell you how to sit so that you are more comfortable, how many hours a day you should communicate with God if you want to, and some of these details. Actually, these are not the method. The method is not describable. It's not written. And even if it were written, it wouldn't be the real thing. The real thing must go through a living pole from God, transmitted from God through another living, chosen pole. The real thing is transmitted in silence. When you are ready, it will be transmitted to you. Even if I am not here, if you want it, I can transmit it to you from America or even from the moon, and all in silence. That's the wonder of God. It's a question of how ready we are. Why are there so many masters now giving lectures throughout the world and spreading their teachings? What awaits our planet Earth? Should we be ready for important changes that are going to affect the whole of humankind? Well, I guess it's because God is gracious, and also because the communication system now is very efficient, and because transportation now is very convenient. And I guess because we are more civilized, the law protects the spiritual masters. They don't kill them or nail them on the cross anymore. So the masters are freer to spread the message of the truth. We should be happy. The more masters there are, the better for us. I would like to bring all the masters from heaven down here. Let God's will be done. It's also not a question of how many masters there are. It's a question of how ready we are. If we are ready, one master for the whole world is enough. Because the master doesn't need to be present in your vicinity to give you initiation. Contact God and change the history of our planet. What is your opinion of the Third World War, of UFOs, and of climate change? World War III won't happen if you meditate more, if you pray more, and if we know God more. Only enlightenment can destroy ignorance. Only God's love can nullify hatred. Only real brotherhood can dissolve the different conflicts and opinions among our brothers and sisters. So, if you and I don't want World War III, then help me. Bring God's love onto this planet. Help me by praying together in silence to know God, to bring His love and heavenly kingdom to this planet. I do not wish for any rewards from you or from heaven. I just wish what you wish. That is, for a peaceful planet for you and for me also. And for that, I will spend my time, my money, and my energy to help bring about peace instead of spending energy, time, and money on weapons and killing. To be the master of ourselves, to have victory over our own weaknesses, our ego, and our evil tendencies is the best victory of any war. As I am talking to you now, I am also talking to the souls in Yugoslavia and all the nations who are still trying to solve conflicts by violent means. And that's the reason I am in Europe at this time and why I am making a tour around Europe, hoping to bring this message into the souls of these brothers and sisters. Of course, it's also because of the request of my very loving fellow brother and sister spiritual practitioners. I feel very strongly that all this goodwill from our brothers and sisters, the goodwill on my part, together with our silent prayers of the heart and powerful spiritual energy, can change the course of history and minimize the World War III that you are so fearful of. So if you are worried about World War III, then do something. Take action. Fight with your God love. Fight with your spiritual power. Fight quietly from the corner of your home. Fight with us. That is, get initiation, meditate, contact God, and change the history of our planet. I cannot convince you unless you eat the cake yourself. How do you know that your path is the true one? There are many religions in the world, and all of them claim to have the true message. Who says that your path is different? I think maybe it's just like other churches that run a sort of business which is good for humankind. You have to try before you can judge. I cannot convince you unless you eat the cake yourself. Also, I've told you that whatever path you want to choose, if you feel convinced about that path, choose it. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm here to tell you that you can prove anything to yourself. I demand nothing from you, not a membership fee, not any obligation. If I were you, I would try it, because you lose nothing. You only gain. You gain the whole world. You gain everything that you've ever imagined. That's all I can promise you. To realize this promise, you just have to follow the way I show you. God's Direct Contact, The Way to Reach Peace, is free for download at smchbooks.com and has been published in English and Aulaxese or Vietnamese.
Vegan, more crowded in heaven.
Cherished viewers, it was a joy that you could join us today for Words of Wisdom.